Hey everybody, how is it going? Welcome back to the hashtag Lockboss Show and Giveaway. It is Tuesday, June 4th. How is everybody doing? Hey, hope everyone's weekend started off really good. Of course, today I'm going to be drinking some Topo Chico, although I did cheat, as you can see. I'm 2/3 through this one, but hey, I just want to say cheers to all you out there as well, drinking Topo Chico, or for that matter, your favorite beverage of choice. Cheers. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a fun show today, which will be get started here pretty quick. We're going to be going over the posts of the week. We're going to go over the comment of the week. And then we're going to be talking about the Genericode version 24 update that just came out. And speaking of that, yes. And then I have a little surprise for you with that. And yeah, hey, maybe we'll talk about identity a little bit. I tell you what, pretty good update on that really quick, actually. So, man, I tell you what, we're beta testers are going. Things are going well, and man, I just can't wait for y'all to use it. Really. So, hopefully, very soon. There's a possibility it could be available this week, but some of the things are out of my control. So, I don't know. We will find out, but we're pushing to get it launched here any day. So, yeah. As Jimmy J says, only 210 days left in the year, which is kind of crazy because it's summertime up here in North Idaho, right? It's June, and the weather is not so good outside right now. But, yeah. Puncherman, I'm with you. Topo Chico in a glass bottle is better. I agree, but it's kind of hard to find the glass ones around here. So the plastic ones, well, that is what we're doing. But all right. Well, hey, let's go ahead. Let's hop into the show. Let's have a little bit of fun. Julio, we need you to make a little bit of noise. We're out there. And Julio, I do have a request for next week. So how cool would it be if maybe you made a few new noises? I'm kind of wanting a horn a little bit, Julio. It's kind of like a horn. That way, when the Lockfather's on and says something funny, you can be blasting the horn or something, all right? So let's definitely get a horn cooked up here by next show, all right? And yeah, all right. Let's do it. Well, hey, everybody, let's hop in and let's get after it. All right, so here we go. Season 3.6 posts of the week. This first post comes from Von R. Von says, Lockboss, I cut and painted this key sign for a friend here in Mexico to help him start a locksmith business. I had some spare pieces of finished plywood and paint. Cost was perhaps at most about $5. I also found your favorite drink in Walmart here in Ensenada, Mexico. I really, I enjoy your videos. Hashtag Lockboss. I like it a lot there, Vaughn. Hey, thank you for sending the picture in. Looks like you were sipping on the same Topo Chico type bottle that I have here. And the sign's really cool. Very cool of you to take the time to make the sign to help your friend start his locksmith business. And I like it. Real creative. And I really appreciate you sending that in. I like it. All right. This next one comes from Texas Fire. He says, I want to thank PJ and the CLK staff for all the goodies. I will make sure everything here is put to good use. Thank you for all you do for the Lockboss community. You guys are awesome. And he says, yeah, so this was what he picked up with his $500 winnings from a previous Lockboss season. So very cool. I like all the stuff. You know, what I love most about that when just looking at it all there, there is a lot of stuff there that hopefully will allow you to do your job a little easier or better. And also keys to make money. And yeah, I like it a lot. Good, really good selection. Thank you once again for sending the photo in. Much appreciated. All right, now this next one, and you have to forgive me. So this was sent to me. It wasn't sent directly to me. It was sent through somehow, and I don't know who sent it. So if you're on live, thank you. I'm going to put your name on there too. I'd love to call you out for sending it in. I do apologize, but it was sent to me. I think it was a few weeks ago. I ended up opening it up right before live one day, I think it was, and then it just sat in an open browser there for a while. So sorry about that. But how cool is this though? This photo here is a magnetic scrap separation conveyor. Looks like a Craigslist listing. How cool is that, right? So I've been trying to figure out how it works, but in one way or another, it looks like you could put the brass key shavings and any of the metal, it would get anything that was magnetic, it would sort it out. So man, that thing's cool. Couple $1,000 might be a little much for just trying to save some money on recycling some shavings, but still nonetheless cool. I've never seen anything like this before. I don't know if any of you have, but pretty cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, PAX Access Control says, I've used my rewards to buy key blanks. Thanks for having a program that doesn't expire. Yeah, you got it. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Lockboss comment of the week. Here we go. This one comes from Mike 7471. Now that can and will be a great fix for the issue. I have run into that problem on numerous occasions, and once again, you'll have a solution for the problem. Thank you once again, PJ. Hey, absolutely. Truth be told, right? So, of course, most of us, the easy one key's been out for a while, and we all kind of knew it went to some offshoot of the quickset keyway, so to speak, but what really actually got me is lately, they've been over the past, year, they've been adding to those EZ numbers. And it got me started to be a little suspicious on like, okay, what's going on here? What exactly are these used for? And when you find out, you're like, yeah, that's nice. Right. So I'll just, of course, I'll more deep dive into this when I do a review, a video review live. I don't know, probably in a month or 3 weeks, something like that. But the big thing is where it actually comes to be, right? You could be at a job doing a bunch of rekeys and you take the keys out, right? You're doing your thing. And then you go and you grab one of your setup keys and it doesn't go in. And you're like, oh boy, why? Right. And looks good. And it's really for those type of situations, I think that can be most powerful because even though the locks are probably on the lower end of the quality spectrum, let's call it, to go to a customer and be like, hey, your locks are junk, isn't really a way to make them happy with you unless they're questioning that. So having something to do that with is definitely, having keys to do that with is definitely good. So, and then of course you also have the option, a lot of times you're not going to know. Someone can bring you a key, looks like a KW1 or a SC1, you cut it and they come back, says it doesn't go in the lock. Immediately, you should be like, oh, here, can I see your original key again? You look at it and you're like, yeah, this is just some random imported low spec key here. I know how to fix this problem, right? So it's kind of a couple of my thoughts on there. I appreciate all the comments. I haven't got all the way through them yet, but there's a lot of them. And I just thank you all for adding to the conversation. It's always just wonderful. Let's see here. All right. Well, yeah. So Mike's 7471. Thank you so much for sending that in. All right, so let's talk about it. Genericode V24 software update. So let's pull up the screen here and let's talk about it. So now I realize that some of you who are watching this live right now, or maybe after this, you might not really know what Genericode is. And so I want to take a minute and just kind of go through what it is and what it isn't. Okay. And probably one of the larger questions I think you hear on the internet in general is there a software program that you can put in a VIN number and get the key code, right? And the truth is something like that does not exist. But what does exist under the same question, I guess, would be NASTIF, right? NASTIF essentially through, I mean, it's not as simple as you put a VIN in and get the key code, but hopefully you kind of get the point. So what Genericode is not is you don't put a VIN number in and you get a key code. Is what Genericode is that you were to, if you put a key code in, it's going to give you the key bidding of which you would use to cut the key to work the lock, right? So that's what Genericode is. And I just want to read the little update here that came out with the new available thing, which is Genericode version 24 is now available. The new version includes support for Freeman's new FRA-2001 version 2 controller, as well as the usual lineup of ITL and laser key products electronic machines. The vehicle index has been updated for 24, including new Kia and Hyundai code. So if you're doing automotive and you've been struggling with the new Kia and Hyundai codes, the good news is Freeman has that, as well as updating our utility and padlock codes, which there's a lot of those. We will continue to work throughout the year with automatic updates to the program as new information comes in. So that's how that works. So pretty cool there. I just kind of want to go through the listing here. In the past, I've actually done videos on the Genericode updates. I've decided to do it live this time instead. But a couple questions I see. Ben asks, similar to CodeSource. Yes, actually, it is similar to CodeSource. I will say, though, that from my understanding and knowledge from the last time I checked, CodeSource actually has not been updated since 2016. And so if you're looking for it to stay up to date, CodeSource is not going to be a great option for that. The good news is that if you have the CodeSource software, you can do a trade-in for Genericode. There's a sweet deal. You can call us up, look on our website, check it out, and get you moved over to something that is up to date. Hopefully one day HPC will update CodeSource, but until then, last time I checked with the information I have, it only goes to 2016, which is kind of a bummer because back in the day it was a big deal, right? Big deal. Let's see here. All right. So is what I want to do, though. I just want to kind of run through these listings here, and I want to focus on a few really big important ones. First, of course, you can see the one that's kind of highlighted at the top there, which is the code number, right? Which means you're going to put the key code in, and that's going to pull up all the bidding. It's going to give you the spacing, the depth information, key blank information, what code card to use, what framing to accessories to use, all of that kind of stuff is wrapped up into that. And then I just want to go down a little bit to the where like it'll say vehicle or cycle by make, model, year. This is a good one, right? Where you can put in the make, model, year of a vehicle or even a cycle for that matter. And you can pull up the information about that vehicle. Now, where would this be helpful? Probably with today's modern locksmiths out there, you doing automotive, it would be very helpful on understanding maybe what lease sheet to use and that sort of information. Next up, which is a very powerful tool that if you have Genericode and are not using, it might be very helpful to use, which is the key blank cross reference. In other words, let's say you have a key like JMA, right? Some of their part numbers are not what most of us are used to. And so like, I don't know, I think a 1611 part number, ILCO part number, that JMA part number is a GAS-1, if memory serves me right. And in other words, but you may have ordered some 1611s and they came in as JMA GAS-1. And you're like, you get it. And you're like, hey, what actually key is this again? Well, an easy way to do it would be just to look in the key blank cross reference. Now, of course, with Identikey coming out, might be another easy option, but I found that Genericode's key blank cross reference is about as robust as it gets when it comes to, especially old numbers. You have an old Curtis number or something like that. You want to know what it is. It's a great, great resource. I think that's the main things that I want to talk about. One of the nice things is that you can do the application setup. So whatever type of machine that you do have, let's say you have a HPC Blitz machine and you look up a code, you can have it set so it'll automatically, the default will pull up is that number or is the information for the machine that you have, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And for all you ITL users out there, of course, you know, being able to hook Genericode into it to hit a button to cut the keys is pretty cool as well. So that's what we got going on there. Yeah, Ben says, yes, they are behind. Yeah, hopefully we'll get that updated with that. But yes, and hey, Pouncer Mint also points out, yes, I love how Genericode can create HPC cards for your cutter. Yeah, so something really cool. Thank you, Pouncer Mint, for bringing that up. So, you know, as you know, like with a lot of the new stuff that's come out, sometimes there's not an HPC. If you use an HPC Blitz machine, there is not a code card for that information. And so essentially you'd have to use your micrometer card, which a lot of people love HPC machines because they don't want to deal with that sort of numbers and micrometer cards and that sort of thing. The cool part about the Genericode is that you can print out a card, right? And then print it out, cut it out, and put it in and get it going. So I've definitely done that before on some of my dad's machines, and it's really, really cool. Russell asks, do any of the code softwares work with the Triton Plus? You know, Russell, that is a great question. And next time I talk to Phil, which will probably be very soon, I will actually ask him. That would be really cool to have that integration for sure. And speaking of, by the way, you're going to be seeing in the next day or so through Lock Labs, we're going to start selling the Black Widow machine as well. So to compete against the X-Horse. So that'll be coming out. You'll be seeing it soon. Hopefully I'll have one soon. I'll be making a few videos on and stuff as well. So yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, but is what I want to do. Those talk about, so we've kind of went over it, what it looks like, all that fun stuff. Okay, there's two options you can get it. You can just get a download version, which is $155, let's just say, or you can get a USB stick version, which is $175. But is what I want to do for all of you who are listening, tuning in, hanging out, if that's something that you want to do, I figured it would be kind of me to offer you to give you a discount code to get an additional amount off. So hang with me here as I open up the code. And this code, I'm going to type it into the chat actually, because I'd hate to read it off to you and then it you didn't write it down right and then it doesn't work. So let me just type this in here. So LBG code. Okay, so let's put it in there. So it's LBG code update, and you can get $10 off for the next essentially until let's see here. ends tomorrow, or 6/5 at 12 a.m. All right. So as long as you do that before then, let's see here. So yeah. So if you're looking for that, I figure if you're live, hey, there's a $10 off coupon for you. It's not like there's not really a ton of margin in these things for us, but hopefully if $10 helps you out, you better get that update. Why not, right? Pretty cool there. So yeah, that's it. See some questions coming in here. Let me see. Do I have time to answer a couple? Yeah, let's see here. Well, Jimmy J says, well, PG got yelled at by manufacturers for doing key machine comparisons. I wish you would which he could between the Triton Plus and the Black Widow. Jimmy J, you trying to get me in trouble again? I mean, the funny part is I actually have recorded a key machine battle between two machines that has never been released. Maybe if I retire one day, I'll put it on my my last day or something. But no, I mean, I know that if I were to release it, it would I would get in a lot of trouble. And although I want to, it is what it is. At the same time, I mean, guys, I want to still do videos, right? Or be able to sell products. But yeah, oh, that'd be cool though. That'd be cool. Yeah, Trent Plus, Black Widow, they're both Lock Labs. I don't know if they'd really have a problem with it. I mean, as a matter of fact, it's the same manufacturer who makes those machines. So I don't know and they're kind of in different classes too. So I don't know. Maybe not. We'll find out here. Let's see here. Good question. Rafts asks, what about buying a new Triton? Won't all the key codes be in there? I mean, I think the best way to answer that is a lot of codes will be in there. You also have the ability to make new ones. So some aren't going to be in there for sure. Like if you compare apples to apples, the Triton to Genericode, Genericode's going to have way more, like hands down, way more. But you do have the ability to create your own cards in the Triton. So what you could do is you look it up in Genericode and then you have to set up the card. It's a little bit of a pain, yes, but at least you have an option there. So that's probably the best, easiest way for me to describe. Iceman003 says, CLK Supplies, can we see that video if we stop by? The funny part about this, okay, is that if you guys were to see the videos, you'd be like, hey, that's not that big of a deal, but manufacturers in general are very sensitive about their machines compared to others in the market, right? And I get that. And of course, I do want to be respectful, of each of the manufacturers as well. Although I just like to do the side-by-side comparisons and my thing is, even if a machine loses, it doesn't mean it's not the right machine for you, right? So I don't know. Robert says, does CLK sell Black Widow machine? Yes, we do, actually. And I believe they are on our website. I don't have any other tabs open to make sure the streaming quality is as high as possible. So I couldn't look, but yes, I believe so. Kylie, you can probably back me up on that. Just show us, PJ. We won't tell. Man, you guys like to try to get me in trouble, don't you? You guys like to try to get me in trouble. I see how you are. Yeah. Hey, I'm an Iceman003s. Freeman 2 for the win. I don't think, speaking of fun fact, and I don't think, we sell a lot of Freeman 2 machines. I don't think we've ever had a customer call and complain about it. At least that's got to me or put in a thing. So little fun fact, any complaint that we ever get about anything gets logged that I look at. So, if you guys have ever called and complained, I've seen it for sure. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Raph says, thanks for the code. Yeah, hey, you got it. Figure it was the least I could do is hook you up with that code. So yeah, we're excited. Hopefully I'll be getting some videos out of the Black Widow. I think it's a great option for against the X-Horse. And, you know, the thing is, and I know a lot of people ask us, and we do sell, you know, X-Horse chips and a few X-Horse things. The reason we haven't really sold the machines is not because we don't necessarily think they're good per se. It's really because, like, I personally need to know that you're going to have some sort of support. And the support is done, you know, I mean, just it's not where we need it to be to make sure customers, you know, our customers, you know, hold us to a pretty high standard when it comes to support and all of that, which rightly you should hold anybody that you buy something from to that standard to help you. You know, I trusted you to buy the machine. You got the money. Now I need your help, right? Makes complete sense. But yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on that. So the Black Widow, the fact that it's going to be supported by Lock Labs is really cool. And yeah. All right. We'll do a couple more quick questions here. And let's see here. Postman says, I'd like to know of any other manual code cutters besides the Blitz. Yeah. So that's going to be the Freeman 2 machine. I have a lot of videos on it as well. Biggest issue is setting a double-sided key blank on side 2. Yeah, send me if you get bored one day and want to just, you know, fire off an email to us. I'd love to know what key in particular you're talking about. Just be interesting information, and maybe I'd be able to be helpful on it. Maybe not. We use the same jaws on the Freeman Express key machines that we have a couple of them here that we use to code cut keys on. And we do a lot of double-sided keys on them without any issues that I know of. So I'm just kind of curious. It'd be kind of cool to know. Thank you for sharing. We won't tell anyone. Yeah. Yeah, the lack of support sucks on that punch man. Yeah, and that's just the deal, right? I mean, yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. I don't really have too much else to say about that. But let's see here. Let's see. Oh, hey, I like that. There's your next promo item, suspenders. They'll say, we support you on them. You know, I absolutely love that, Jimmy J. That is my sense of humor right there. And I'm going to go home and tell my kids about that. Okay. Max Access Control says Genericode history keeps a record of code searches. That's true. That is very true. Yeah, that can be helpful. Also has a Freeman 2. I like it. All right, everybody. Well, hey, there we go. Thank you for hanging out with us. Of course, let's hop into this week's 5 lucky Lockboss winners. And hopefully if you had questions about Genericode or even HPC code source a little bit, and we've kind of covered a whole little variety of issues. All right. With that being said, I'm going to take a sip of Topo. While I'm doing that, Julio, if you want to put a little bit of tune. Week. All right, let's get that horn in here. All right, here we go. Lockboss winners of season 3.6. But before we announce them, let's talk about what to do if you win. Email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989 and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win. Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from comments on the previous week's videos for our weekly giveaway. No purchase necessary. Honestly, that's my favorite part. Absolutely love it. To be able to hook you guys up and hopefully support you in a way that makes your business and your life better. I like it. All right, here we go. Winner number 1 this week is A. Gonzalez. 4358. Congratulations. Winner number 2 this week is J Miller 3773. Congratulations. Winner number 3 is Lockchuck. Congratulations. Winner number 4 is Robert Thompson, 4965. Congratulations. And last but not least, winner number 5 this week is Philip Hart, 2703. Very cool. Very cool. I like it. And of course, we actually just launched our new Lockboss Patriotic Tee just in time for summer and 4th of July. And of course, we're giving that away. You can purchase it separately, or even better, you can buy it with, or you can get it for free with any order over $434.34. You know how Kylie and Lily get about these numbers here. But yeah, it's a really cool tee. As a matter of fact, I need to go down into the warehouse and grab myself a couple of them. Cool part, I've actually been seeing some orders come through. Like someone, when was it? Today, yesterday? It was really cool. I saw they put 4 orders in for $500 a piece. So, and they got 4 shirts instead of just putting one $2,000 order in and getting 1 shirt. I like how you think. And by the way, you can absolutely do that. Okay. You can absolutely, why not? Why not? So I like the creativity when I see that stuff. I like it. All right, everybody. Well, hey, there you have it. That is this week's show. I thank you so much for coming on here, hanging out, participating, commenting, helping others. And you all are a bunch of wonderful people, and I am happy to be here with you. So, of course, we have some good videos coming up this week. Who knows? I mean, honestly, the Identikey video could be released anytime. Can't guarantee this week, but it's going to be soon, and excited for that. So, anyways, everybody, it looks like Julio already put some end of show music on. So I guess I'm supposed to be logging off. So that's what I'll do. But anyways, everybody, y'all take care. Have a wonderful and safe Tuesday evening. And we'll see y'all same place, same time next week. We'll see you.